And Georgia was tough. Like, I could tell Kirby Smart was like, he's a dog. Like, no pun intended. Like, this guy, he was pushing y'all. I heard about Bloody Tuesdays or whatever y'all called it down there.
That's the day when the cream meets the crop.
Yeah.
That's what they say. The cream meets the crop.
So what happened on Bloody Tuesdays?
Man, it was real bloody. We started from like, I say the first drill we flexed, but then the first drill after we warm up, we did this mod bracket drill. Yeah. And it was like a tight end and an OLB and the apex, and just working crack toss, and literally like the tight end and the OLB running into each other. And that's period 2. So that's mod bracket. Then we go into Indy, and if we in the OLB Indy, we was practicing closing. Yeah. So like if we had a run up for the day, if it was stretch, we have our scout tackles down there, and soon as period 3, we getting into it. Yeah. So by time period 4, we on scouts, we about to go to a team period. And this before special teams, not even really till like period 13, and that's really the worst period, because we gonna practice damn kickoff, and it's gonna be half.
You were on all the teams.
Oh yeah, I was on all the teams.
Yeah.
I was a team guy. I played all 4 teams. I think the lowest I was on the team was a 2, and that was on punt. I was the left guard.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad about that. Coach Hartley, I'll never fucking forget that. Smile Monday did not beat me out of that job. I took every step every day correctly.
You had to put that on record.
Yeah, I just wanted to let him know that, so in case he see this.
How did you piss Kirby Smart off? Like, what are his pet peeves?
Oh man, if you don't jog to the ball, forget the rest of everything. If you don't thud, if you don't touch somebody and during a defensive play, he gonna take you out.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
If you have a white shirt on at Georgia and you don't touch anyone from like a DB, anybody, he gonna take you out the game or take you out of practice. Really.
Yeah.
So
He's a pretty intense guy.
Yeah, he wants somebody to hit people every time, every play, anytime that ball snaps.
Well, I loved watching you guys play. And I don't know, were you there when y'all played Baylor? This is before you, I think.
Oh,
in the bowl game or whatever it was.
No,
this is like 2019 or something.
Yeah, that was
my
first. That was my first game.
Was that your first game?
That was like my first. What do they call it? Bowl game.
Bowl game.
Yeah. First bowl game.
Dude, I just was like, I think that's where it for me, I was like, okay, Georgia's like for real, for real. That was like the moment where I realized y'all were playing a different brand of football. Like it's that little extra oomph, little extra finish. It was like everybody had a high motor, including the coaches. You could see them on the sidelines.
Yeah, juiced up, man. That's just, I tell people, like, that's the type of organization that I'm at now. That's the type of organization I come from. Yeah. Like, just a bunch of juiced up guys that get excited about work, and it's not work to them. Yeah. Like, Coach Smart tells you, like, you're going to have to, like, kill me in order to take my head coaching job at Georgia. Mm-hmm. And that's how it should be. Like, you should love what you do. Like, he don't see himself as, like, oh, this is my job. He sees himself as, like, the head coach of Georgia. And that's how a lot of people see it. Like, I'm a football player at Georgia, just like now.
You played against Young. You played against Stroud. You played against Richardson. What makes those guys special? And, how tough is it to get those guys on the ground? I mean, they're all different. Like, one's a little guy, one's a huge guy, one's an elusive guy. What was that like getting those guys down?
Man, I would say the preparation every week. When we played guys like Bryce Young, so we did this thing called the rabbit drill, and coach would line up like a 5x5 little cone, and we'd just chase our like slot scout receiver. And it used to be like, we used to chase around Lad McConkey, and he used to bring like some of the shiftiest guys down there on our team. And just we had for 10 seconds, we just had to chase them. And that's just to get you ready and just to get your motor right. And man, playing Bo Nix and all those guys all those years, and Tank Bisbee, certain running backs that's going to give you that extra throw that extra cut and make you go chase them. Man, it's just, you just work. And you just get used to working and believing in the game plan, just kind of like you did here. Yeah. Believing in your game plan and going in and putting that work in every week. So on Sunday or Saturday, you just wake up, just be like, shit, it's go day. Now it's time to go.
It's not work. It's, you've done the hay's in the barn, man. Stetson Bennett, did he hang out with the young guys, or did he have adult friends?
Oh no!
Did you? Did you guys bust his balls about being a little bit older?
Old as shit. Yeah, I mean, we bust his balls a little bit, but not much.
I feel like he did well for himself in Athens,
Hell
even for being damn near 30 years old. Yeah.
Man, I think he
They loved him there.
they loved him, and he did well for himself. But he was a great teammate, and he hung out with all us.
Yeah,
man,
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, no, but man, he's probably one of those guys that man. If you need somebody to change a tire or something, you calling that motherfucker. Somebody like me and him.
He's old enough to know how. Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.